Hello, Elon. I'm going to let you run with this one. Do you want a technocracy? In other words, I'm going to give you this patent. Have your lawyers draw everything up. Make sure they file it by tomorrow. Get it in there as quick as you can. I'm going to post this video a little bit later tonight after, time, whatever. You'll get this in the patent office immediately, Elon. Tomorrow. Okay. But if you want a technocracy that's going to work politically and amazingly without being intrusive, like hacking our minds and making us its little bitches, what you want to do is develop an app, okay? And what this app's going to do is ask you to answer a series of questions, okay? And of course, you're going to have some sort of a new agency that oversees. And you're going to have to protect this agency with all kinds of transparency. Like everything they do has to be transparent. There's got to be some sort of a check and balance in place that makes sure that this agency can never become corrupt, ever. Okay. But what you want to do with the app is have all of your voters answer a series of questions. Put like 100 questions in the app. Okay. And what it's going to do, it'll be questions like: Are you for abortion? Are you pro-gun? Are you what's your thoughts on hunting? Hunting season. Maybe even 200 questions, 300 questions. I mean, it's got to be pretty extensive, right? And what it'll do is make a profile of that voter, right? And then what you want to do is require everybody that's in office. You got to require everybody that's in office. You got to take their voting record in the past. So all of their voting record, like everything they've ever voted for. Have they voted for abortion? Have they voted to remove our gun rights? Have they voted for, whatever? What's their thoughts on health care? Things like that. And do away with the two-party system. Just make everybody independents. Not one party, but all independents, and add those extra amendments. But you want to go ahead and get this app going, and you want to patent it immediately there, Elon. So once you plug their information with their voting record, there's going to be two setups here. You're going to have people that's never been in the office. That'll be next. But this will be real good, really great for people that's been in office for like 50 years, like Nancy Pelosi. And instead of just going and voting a straight ticket, which that won't be around anymore if you get rid of the two-party system, but instead of having to think and read, because nobody reads anything anymore, right? And there's a lot of corruption that can take place here. So like I said, everything's got to be extremely transparent. And the most transparent thing that you've got in the world is somebody's voting record, right? Somebody's voting record while they've been a politician is the most transparent item that a person could possibly have, okay? So that's solid, right? So once the person's profiled and it's in the app, what it'll do is it'll say, these are the people that we know how they vote. It's guaranteed whether this person is in line with you or not, whether, is this somebody I want to vote for, right? So after it profiles the voting record of the people who's been in office for 50 years, it will spit out who you should vote for, and then it will tell you, then it'll have a long list of what they're supposedly for, right? So after it refers a politician to you to vote for, that's not over yet. So you'll have what you'll want to do is read about them and read up on them, and it'll force people to actually read up on the candidates, right? It won't force them. Some people will probably just take whatever it picks for them and say that's who I want to run with. But you got to make this extremely fair to where it can't be corrupted by the hyenas that are there in not only the media, big tech, and Washington. That's what they are. They're a bunch of fucking demons, right? So this could possibly prevent demons from staying in office. You know what I'm saying? because your actual profile that you want is already stored, and it's going to, artificial intelligence or however, I mean, the algorithms and all of that's going to go, click, 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 click. Oh, this person's exactly who you'd want to vote for, right? Now, people coming into office, what they'll have to do, or running for office that's never been in office, what you can do is if they were in another kind of office, like local government or something, kind of do the same thing, or make them fill out a 300 questionnaire checklist, right? And see, this keeps them from flip-flopping after they get bought off by somebody. Because what will happen is within the app, after you voted for that person and they get into office and they said they're going to do this and then they end up doing something else, what it'll do is throw a red flag to the person's app. Hey, this politician said they were going to do this and now all of a sudden they're doing the opposite of what they told you were going to do. I have a red flag in your app right here. What you need to do is call them immediately and ask them, why did you lie about what you were going to do before you got into office? There, Elon Musk. Now, if that app right there isn't just the absolute perfection fix to all of political problems that could ever exist in the world, if you did it right and it was unbiased and you had a team put it together who doesn't have any special interest of their own or anything like that. You're going to need a very unbiased crew to put that together. What you need is a bunch of technical-minded people that do not care about politics, okay? Try to find the most technical-minded people you can possibly imagine. Have them write the algorithms for the app, put it all together, and make it as unbiased as possible, and then take the idea and write your speech a little better than I'm just doing this off the cuff here. The sales pitch a little better than what I've done here. When you get ready to sell it to the public, what I would do is get the public on board with that immediately, right? Get the public on board with it first. And that will put pressure on Washington to be on board with it, okay? And you're going to want a lot of pressure. You're going to want because they're not going to be on board with this because it totally takes their, it actually takes more power away from the media than anybody. Because the media basically owns all of their little slaves in Washington. They're little puppets, right? So that solves all of those problems there, Elon. So what I would do is after you watch this video, have your legal team immediately take the idea, write it up, add whatever you want to add to it. And this is kind of cut and dry here, okay? If you see any flaws in anything I've said, basically the meat and potatoes is what I just told you, okay? That's what you want to go ahead and get into the patent office and add any little things I've missed there, Elon. I trust you. And don't forget to split that one with me 50%, okay? Thank you.
I tell you what, Elon, I'll give up 10% of my 50% if you'll get Alex Jones involved in the app. And what that's going to do is that's kind of like a built-in political-minded check and balance. And really, Alex Jones is a libertarian. He's not Republican or Democrat. I mean, I know I've been watching him. He's a weird conservative, okay? I think he's like a conservative that wants to conquer the world. He's not like most conservatives who just kind of wanted to mind their own business down on the fucking bio. So he's like a world domination conservative. But that doesn't have anything to do with party politics or anything. So I'll give 10% of my 50% on this to Alex if you want to get him involved, because I think his input on this might you might run into problems later on. People say, because everybody believes Alex is a piece of shit in America now because the media made everybody believe that. So he might have to be a silent partner